Hi and welcome back to the channel. My name is Norf, I am from London, and as we all know, online presentations are here to stay. There are some absolutely cracking ones out there and ones that you've seen and I've seen as well. There are also some real stinkers, and let's avoid those. So in this video, I'm going to outline 8 online presentation don'ts, so things not to do, followed by their corresponding do's, and then right at the end, I'm going to give you a bonus tip. So if you're ready, let's get started. So let's just get straight into it. The first of my online presentation don'ts is don't wing it. Don't fly by the seat of your pants or the seat of your skirt, and don't leave it to chance. My goodness, the amount of times that I have seen presentations go sideways because the presenter has not spent enough time to practice is, I can count them on all sorts of digits. I might need your digits actually. But do not leave these things to chance. Really spend the time to practice and refine. Remember, preparation is the key. Remember that mathematical equation that I often talked about with you? It's P to the power 5. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So spend the time preparing. I cannot emphasize that enough. Spend the time to prepare, and prepare well. Remember that phrase? Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. And nobody likes to fail. Unless you're terming fail as the first attempt in learning. Your preparation will include things like preparing your slides, making sure that you've got your story straight, remembering that you've got a call to action right at the end. What is it you want your delegates to walk away with? Is it going to be a change in mindset, or is it going to be some sort of knowledge you're imparting with them? Or are they going to be expected to change the way they think after listening to your presentation? Your presentation should also include, assuming you're working from home and you've got kids, hollering down the stairs, "Kids, I've got a presentation to give in half an hour. Make sure you're all quiet." "Oi, you lot, I've got a presentation to give in 15 minutes. You'll all need to be quiet." Right, that's that job sorted then. So to sum up, do prepare. Do make sure that you know what you're doing. Do make sure you have a call to action. Do make sure that you consider what the audience are going to walk away with once your story or presentation has finished. My second online presentation don't is not to start with an apology. Don't start with sorry. "Sorry, I'm really sorry for turning up here and having to present to you. It's not really what I wanted to do, but here I am." What does that do? That potentially puts doubt into the delegate's mind that you are not the subject matter expert, and potentially could be wasting their time. So don't start your presentation with saying sorry. Do start your presentation with an upbeat, positive introduction. Do thank your delegates for being there as well. And do start your message with positivity. The third of my presentation don'ts is don't deliver someone else's presentation. No. That presentation would have been put together using their voice, if you will. If someone rocks up to you and says, "I can't deliver this presentation because I've got a clash. Can you deliver it?" And it starts in 30 minutes. Oh, panic! Spend the time, back to point number 1, preparing your material, preparing that message that you're going to give and deliver to your delegates. The fourth of my presentation don'ts is never, ever, ever... Oh, what happened to the light? Oh, you're joking. Nearly had you. Never, ever, ever attempt to deliver a presentation without doing a tech check. Always test your tech. And it will be things like making sure that the batteries are charged in your camera or in your laptop. If you've got an external light, make sure that the lights work. Make sure that you've got a place to plug in your audio and the sound works. Always perform a technical check. Even if the tech does fail, try to think about a backup plan. What if, for example, my key light that's just up here fails? What do I do? If you happen to have an uninterruptible power supply, great, have that plugged in as well. But for most people, just ensure that your technology, your laptop, is all working fine. Reboot if you have to, but ensure that you perform a tech check. If, for example, the tech does fail at some point, acknowledge that the tech has failed, but advance, move on. Don't labor the point that, oh, I'm really sorry, my technology's failed. Acknowledge that it's failed, but move on. People always want to listen to what you have to say. Technology sometimes does get in the way, but the more you can push that to one side and you can focus on delivering your message, the more professional you will be and the better the takeaway people will have. Don't focus on the failure. The show must go on. The fifth of my online presentation don'ts is rock. Don't be a rocker. You might find some presenters will sit and they'll rock quite happily, telling you a story backwards and forwards, and they will rock backwards and forwards. And I'm sure right now you're feeling slightly ill. Okay, Norf, I've had enough. Keep still. The point of that is ensure that you are aware of your body language. Ensure that you are not rocking from side to side or you're rocking back and forth. Make sure you don't have a pen to hand that you keep clicking every now and again, because those things will cause a distraction. So do be aware of your body language. Do be aware of the fact that you need to look straight down the barrel of the camera, and do be aware of where your hands are, your gestures, and do be aware of your facial expressions. For my sixth point, an online presentation don't read your script word for word. Don't read your script word for word. What does that do? That effectively sucks the life out of you. Inject some energy, inject some positivity, and inject some life into your online presentation. One of the tips that I would use is I would rehearse what I'm going to say 3 times. The first time typically for me is always the worst. The second time I've probably got it nailed. The third time I've definitely got it nailed. So back to point number 1. Do script your message. Don't read it word for word. Do practice your message. The 7th of my online presentation don'ts is don't forget to turn off or mute your devices. That would include wearables, your devices, your phones, your tablets, whatever devices that you have got in the room with you that may well make a noise. Mute them all. If they're muted, they won't cause a distraction to you or cause a distraction to your delegates who are listening to your message. For my 8th and final online presentation, don't worry about what the audience or your delegates is thinking. That could well derail your focus and derail your thinking process, and it won't necessarily get the best out of your delivery. Instead, do think about your message, do think about the pace and the pitch of your delivery, do think about adding energy and enthusiasm and passion into your story. By thinking about focusing and delivering your message, you will keep front and center what's in it for them. What will they walk away with? What do I want them to do differently or think differently once they've heard my story or my message? Remember, you want your delegates to leave different to how they first arrived. My bonus tip: unless you're an optician, an optical doctor, something to do with eyes, never present eye charts. There's absolutely no excuse for presenting eye charts. Don't present eye charts, and then apologize for presenting an eye chart. Instead, use Guy Kawasaki's 10-20-30 rule as a rule of thumb. Break down your content and spread it across several slides. You want your audience or your delegates to walk away thinking, doing, or being different to how they first came in. And that's it for this week. I hope you found this video useful in terms of online presentation don'ts. Let me know in the comments section below what things you don't do and also what things you do. If you got some benefit and value from this video, do give me a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more content and videos like this. Also, be sure to hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on when I upload brand new content to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you spending the time to watch this video. I'll see you in the next one.